All right, assisted living fans. Not sure how many of you all are on the channel, and I feel like I contradict myself because I'm not reviewing the show anymore. But given that Sisters is back, there is something to actually look forward to on BET now. So I don't know if I'm still going to review like every freaking episode, but only time will tell. But for now, we're talking episode 12, Hard Decision. So yeah, it was definitely a hard decision as to whether or not I'd review the episode. But go ahead and like the video, hit subscribe, hit the bell icon and select all. That way you don't miss out when I post new content. And follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. Uh, yeah, this episode it had its moments. The Leah and Core conversation I thought was good, but it took up way too much time. I did not go back and officially time it, but somebody, if you honestly, I'm probably not going to correct myself after I look it up. I don't feel like it because I don't really care, but I honestly think the scene between Cora and Leah sitting at the kitchen table talking was probably a good 10 to 12 minutes of the episode, if not more. That scene, it was good because like I said before, I remember like and I praise this. I think Jeremy and Leah's chemistry on screen is believable. I like it. And I'm like, yeah, I could sell when Cora and Brown show up. I think her and Cora are going to hit it off well. Just the way they were talking, Cora, it reminded me of the Cora and Sasha scenes from Meet the Browns. Cora bringing up the fact that she used to work at a high school teaching, teenagers could be a nod to continuity, which may or may not confirm that this series is indeed connected to Meet the Browns, a continuation. And if that's the case, and again, I'm not trying to like blow my brain trying to figure it out, but if that is indeed confirmation that Cora taught in high school, then it is connected to Meet the Browns. And if that's the case, then that means assisted living is more or less connected to House of Pain because Mr. Brown was on House of Pain, and also by extension Love Thy Neighbor, since Curtis and Ella popped up at the Love Train. So you can also throw in the Jeremy, Medea's back, Medea's big happy family, because in the movie, the DNA test showed Brown wasn't the father, and that was already brought up in like a previous episode of Assisted Living, which would mean that it's also canon to the Medea cinematic universe, but whatever. So, basically, the episode briefly starts off with Leah and Jeremy still upset about Sandra and the bus driver. Brown tries to interject with a couple of jokes, but then Cora sends him on his way. And then her and Vinny go into the kitchen. Vinny tries to, make a move on her, but because he suspects that, oh, you want to be alone, baby. No, it ain't even like that. So, yeah, we get to the next day and Leah and Cora talking about Sandra and the whole situation. Basically, when your kids grow up, you just have to have faith that you did the best you could with them, and they will make their own mistakes and their own decisions, but at the same time they shouldn't disrespect you and not follow your rules. So yeah, if Medea was here and she did something like that, oh my gosh. So I love the Medea nods, but again, the conversation, while good, I did like it because the chemistry between Cora and Leah as friends, or becoming friends, I really liked it. Even later on in the episode where they fixed the plumbing and all, I like the way they bounce off each other. It's a believable chemistry between two female actors, and again, it looks promising. It really does look promising, but we really spent way too much time at that kitchen table because they just kept going back and forth and back and forth during that conversation. Am I doing the right thing by grounding her? Yeah, and even Cora's like, yeah, like I said before. I'm like, yeah, you said it like 6 times. All right, so Sandra's in the room, and I think this is the first time we've seen the room that the kids are staying in. So officially, we've had 3 different areas of the house. Basically the living area / kitchen, Vinny's room, and the kids' room. And you can correct me if I'm wrong. Honestly, I do not care, but this is the same set. Whatever. But Sandra's pissed off at her brother Philip for snitching on her, even though he thought, and honestly I agree, he did the right thing. The fact that you should have known better than to get into that car with the bus driver. And she's basically mad and saying like, well, I'm going to go out again. Well, if you do, then I'm going to tell. And yeah, he's absolutely right. And their parents were right in the last episode. It's one thing in our previous neighborhood where the mall was like a couple of blocks away, but we just got here. We don't really know anybody. You just rambling around. Solid points. But as somebody was saying on the live stream I was doing last night, you can honestly eliminate these two characters. I don't think anything will be lost. I kind of feel that. I'm not saying their roles can't be increased as the show goes on, but I don't know. It just felt like Brianna and Hakeem, like their storylines for what they were definitely more interesting. But then again, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. So then we got the plumbing being fixed, and then Vinny tries to take credit, and then Brown comes in with like one of those hats that I just feel like people wear when they're working on a rice farm or something like that. I thought that was hilarious. And just some back and forth banter about like cold water and the fact that, I took a shower in the cold water once, turned a boulder into a raisin. I thought that was pretty good. I think Vinny did something with the water to trick Brown, and he got sprayed. Then we get to the end of the episode, and Brown apparently cut the backyard and cut up all of Vinny's weed, and that leads into the next episode, which, to be honest, I kind of am looking forward to the banter between Brown and Vinny once he finds out that he cut down his weeds and everything. But I think I even tweeted out at the beginning of the episode, I'm like, Brown looking like a whole twister board on his pants and shirt. That was actually, I did laugh at the polka dot outfit. What would I give this episode? I did chuckle a few times. But like I said, it did drag in places. I will give this episode 5 out of 10. Yeah, 5 out of 10. I think it was a decent episode. Wasn't the best. It was watchable. But yeah, 5 out of 10. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on Assisted Living episode 12, Hard Decisions. And as always, if you would like to donate to the channel, feel free to do so on PayPal, Cash App, or join Patreon for as little as $1 a month.